Hi everyone! So today I'm gonna show you a game that I played between me and my friend Aaryav, and I think this game was one of it teaches you a lot of great lessons about how to come back from a losing position and how you should play if you are winning. So in this game, I was playing black. I'm below. My username is Duka Dive Bomber, and my opponent is aaryav, whose username is Agadir. So aaryav starts out the game with e4, and I play e5. This is just the king's pawn opening. We knight f3, knight f6. So what I'm trying to do is play the Petrov's defense, which is not something I usually do, just to throw aaryav off his preparation. He plays knight c3, transposing into a 4 knights game, and now d4. This is known as the Scotch game, but with 4 knights out. Usually these two knights wouldn't be out. This is fine for both sides, and it is okay opening. Take, bishop b4, knight takes c6, and b takes c6. So black's idea here is to play d5, utilizing this pin, and castle and play rook e8. Bishop d2, unpinning the knight. The reason why bishop takes c3 doesn't win a pawn with knight takes e4 is because the bishop can now take on g7, winning the pawn back. I castle, aaryav plays bishop d3, and I play rook e8, pinning the pawn. Aaryav plays castled, and I take, and take on e5, winning the pawn. Aaryav here decides to be very aggressive, although this is not the best continuation. Queen to g4, being more aggressive, aiming for checkmate, but I can just respond very simply with knight takes c3 and b takes c3, ruining his pawn structure, and now there's no checkmate. Aaryav decides to be even more aggressive with queen to h5 the next move, trying to attack on h7. Here I can just respond with h6 or g6, both are fine. I decide to go with g6 to get a tempo on the queen. Queen all the way back to d1. I play queen d6, centralizing my queen and bringing it closer to the center. Here Aaryav plays c4, trying to remove his doubled pawns. Of course, I don't want to take. This would be horrible. If I take, and he takes back, his pawns are not doubled anymore. My pawns are still doubled, and he just activated his bishop. So this is not good. Here, unfortunately here I play an even worse move, which is bishop to a6. My idea of this move was to stop Aaryav from taking, because then I would take here, sort of pinning this pawn. But this actually loses on the spot to a very nice tactic. See if you can find it. I'll give you a second. So the tactic here is pawn to c5. The idea being you hitting the queen and opening up the bishop to opening up his bishop to my undefended bishop. Here I realized that I blundered, and from here on out, this is what I think is very instructive. So take, I'm down a piece. So first thing I gotta do is to play very, very active. When I'm down a piece, I want to control control more squares, like bring my queen to a more active square, put my rooks on open files, and I also don't want to trade a lot. My plan would be maybe play rook b8, rook b7, and maybe win one of these pawns. And also try not to trade any pieces. For Aaryav, he's the one up a piece, so he should be pushing the initiative. He should be making threats, he should be pushing me back, and also trying to trade pieces. Rook to b8, my idea again. Rook to b2. Rook to e1. I take, and take on c2, winning one pawn. Now my idea is to play rook b2 and be ultra active on the second rank. Aaryav plays rook h3, so that there are no future back rank problems. I play rook to b2, again, being more active. Rook c1, attacking my queen, and now queen to h5. Here I'm attacking the bishop and the pawn. The problem with this is now queen e8 check, king g7, and queen e5, and I drop my rook. So although I blundered this fork, my idea is still clear. My idea is I want to win the pawn and also dominate the second rank. Aaryav misses it, and I play rook takes a2. So now that I've won back both of my pawns, my idea now is to try to keep my pawns and maybe push my a pawn to the end of the board. Aaryav is still winning though because he's up a piece. And although you'll see in the bottom here I'm +1, this +1 means nothing because my pawns are so weak and his bishop can make a lot of threats if it gets active. Bishop to f1. Now this is a clear mistake. When you are up material, when you are winning, you have an advantageous position, you should be pushing the initiative. You should be calling all the shots. You should be making all the threats. Here, for example, the computer gives rook to e1. And you might say, well, what about your bishop? Well, the idea here is just rook to e8, checkmate. I cannot play king to g7 because the queen covers the square. So this is a great example of being active and pushing all the threats. Bishop f1 is very, very passive. It's defending against the g2 pawn, which isn't even under attack. So, which is why I play e5, trying to push my pawn closer to the promotion square. Queen takes e6. I refuse the trade. If I were to trade here, that would be easier for Aaryav, as he would be able to quickly pick up these two pawns and bring his bishop back into the game. Take on c7, and I play queen d2. Again, dominating the second rank and trying to push my pawn. f3 and d6. Here again, Aaryav should be very aggressive. Play queen d8 check, king g7, queen d4 check, queen d4 check, king h6, and now rook to c7. Here he has a clear advantage because he has a bunch of threats and my king is very weak. Anything else, like for example king f8, Aaryav just has queen to h8 check and my king will be forced into the center, which is not good. So again, Aaryav should be pushing the advantage. When you are up material, when you have an advantageous position, again, you should be attacking. Queen c3. This isn't a bad move. He's trying to trade with me. And of course, I decline. Queen f2, king h1. But now, I play d2, and suddenly there's a problem. My pawn is very close to promotion. All my pieces are very active. And rook d1. And now I play h5. Idea being to having a getaway square. A better move would have probably been to maybe push my other pawn, try to get this one closer. Queen to d3, and queen to e1. Here, if Aaryav takes my queen, I will take and promote my new queen. And this is, here I'm up in exchange and I'm completely winning. Queen e2, and here I find a brilliant move to secure my advantage. Let's see if you can find it. Rook to a1. If Aaryav takes my rook, I will take back. He will take my pawn, and I will take on f1. And here I am just up a pawn. If he takes my queen like this, I will take and promote a queen, and again, I am up in exchange. If he takes this way, it's the same thing. And I'm also threatening to take his rook. If he takes on d2, then I will simply take on f1. Take, and be up a pawn as well. So here, rook a1 is a very clutch move, capitalizing on the fact that this bishop, these rooks, are very misplaced. Here, so the reason why I was able to get into this winning position was because I focused on playing my pieces to be the most active. I placed all my pieces on the 7th rank and used my advantage, which was the passed d pawn. Aaryav should have been very more aggressive in this position. He should have played checks on the back rank. He should be forcing me to bring my king out and attacking me. This is again capitalized by the point that bishop f1 is a very passive move. So rook to a1, he takes on d2, take, and here I'm just up a outside pass pawn, and this is clearly winning for me. a5, rook e8, the rest of the game is just me winning all the pawns. This position is winning, 3-on-1. Here's some endgame technique. which is you want to bring your king to h6 and then push your pawns up. Check. And here I have the move g5 check, which wins on the spot, but I decide to attack this pawn first. Aaryav plays rook to d5, and this allows a brilliant finish. g5 check, f takes g5, and f takes g5 checkmate. A pawn mate. So this was a nice game, just to show you how I play chess. It's also a great lesson about how you can capitalize when you're winning and how you should play when you're losing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.